we back? Hopefully. Unfortunately, my computer just like completely crashed. I don't know how to describe it. Just like everything stopped working. Everything just stopped. The lights were still on, the monitor was still on, all that, but nothing was working, so I had to crash it and restart it. So I assume either we finished it or everybody left, so I guess we're about to find out. And hopefully the stream's good. Hopefully it didn't, well, it wasn't gone so long that it separated the stream, but oftentimes it does. If you're gone longer than like 5 or 10 minutes, it usually separates the stream into a separate one. Wish there was a way to not do that, but it's best I can't help that, unfortunately. You guys there? Anybody there? Am I not live? I'm not live. What? Oh, live. Okay, there we go. Hopefully we've been live the whole time. I don't know what's happening here. Everything's very sluggish. Can you guys hear me? Is anybody there or no? It says like I'm not live on YouTube, so I don't know what's going on. Okay, now it says we're live. Okay. 4 viewers. How is that possible? What the hell? Where did everybody go? 100 some people all left after I was offline for 5 minutes. I hear you. Sweet. Okay. Well, at least we're back, I guess. I don't know what's going on with WoW, but full loading bar there, so we're just waiting. Oh, are they still? You're back. Are they still here? Yeah. It auto moved me to another video after you DC'd. Oh, really? I'm surprised they waited. Anyway, alright.
Get this thing off me!
That was weird. Anyway, hopefully that doesn't happen again. Saving less for last platform. Yeah, that's what you want to do for sure. Welcome back. Glad to be back, I guess. I don't know what happened.
Don't let this beast eat me! Don't let this beast
I was offline for so long that my buffs went away. Oh well. Shouldn't need them for this.
Don't let this beast eat me!
Hey there guys, it's Metro 2.0. No, I'm still at 1.0. I was just offline for a little bit. Oops, that was the wrong button. Didn't mean to do that. Killed again by melee attacks. Oh, we are horrible at this fight. Anyway, what else? That's it.
Don't let this beast eat me! I owe you one. Now, just give me a second to get this cannon working. Cannon's good to go. Turn that beast into chum.
I have many, many wares. Good fortune to our friends.
Anyway, I got 395 Trident from Court of Stars in my bear in 5-mans. It has over 50% uptime. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, I need to get that thing for sure.
Get this thing off me! Don't let this beast eat me! Help!
Are we gonna do this or what?
Help!
I died because you weren't attacking it, dude. I got meleeed. Killed by it.
Help! Help!
It was a great group until these last two bosses. Yeah, I don't know what happened there. This fight is just a fucking pain in the ass, man. This fight, the last boss in here and the last boss in Toldagor, is just such a mess. I don't know.
Get this thing off me! Don't let this beast eat me! Get this thing off me! I owe you. Just give me a second to get this cannon working. Cannon's good to go. Turn that beast into chum.
Cool.
No, that was
Yeah, this is crazy.
impressive deal.
Do it again.
Get this thing off me! Don't let this beast eat me! Don't let this beast eat me! Don't let this beast eat me!
How did the boss melee you? Because I got knocked into him. Somebody dispelled the water thing directly on top of me and I got knocked into the boss.
Help! Help!
Read this classic thing while we read, I guess. Been a lot of fun over the last months to dive into the development of classic WoW. Developers have scored through vendors lists and treasure tables for items that were added in patches and added them to the stage content unlock plan. That means that if the new item was originally added to a dungeon boss's loot table with Anchorage, you shouldn't expect it to appear in WoW Classic until Phase 5. Along the way, we've seen many questions asking if we're retracing the steps of incremental changes to individual items and their stats that may have occurred throughout original WoW. Such a plan would be called progressive itemization. WoW Classic will only include that last version of the item as it existed in our reference version of 1.12. Gotcha. So yeah. So they're basically making the game considerably easier then. 5-man gear is going to be extremely strong. Of course, this raises the question why? Why differentiate between adding new items along the way and making modifications to existing items? When new items are added to the loot table, you generally see a deliberate effort to provide catch-up gear and or provide new goals for players who have exhausted an existing reward structure. For example, in original WoW, items were added to give players a way to quickly prepare for Anchorage without having to spend months in Molten Core and Blackwing Lair. The changing of existing items in patches often illustrated the original design team responding to how players played the game. Their primary goal at the time was to make rewards more relevant and exciting. Developers realized that Spirit probably wasn't an ideal stat for a warrior rated helm, and was an example of this sort of change. Many class abilities and talents evolved similarly. For example, going into patch 1.8, the designers determined that the bomb conform would be more compelling. 31-point talent, yeah, that's true. It's important to remember that there is more to classic WoW than a long series of changes. I'm glad that they say that. Recreating and then refixing every major progression affecting bug wouldn't account for what we think matters more to people playing the game. That's absolutely, I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad to hear that for sure. That's definitely very important. So that's good. But that is just going to make WoW even easier than it already, or Classic even easier than it already is. Hopefully they finish this so you don't have to do Siege again. Yeah, it's whatever. It's like lost all interest now that that happened. Somebody got a 425. Well, alright, anyway. We got King's Rest 16 now. Still have yet to upgrade a Siege 15 or higher on any character. Anyway, I failed horribly on Hadal, but the healer fucked this last boss. Gotcha. Either way, me going offline was the end of the key, so it doesn't really matter. Alright, let's see what we got here. Let's do things. Yeah, if you want to do your underrod, that's fine. Siege is the only dungeon I've never really been good at. Gotcha. Makes me think that they will for sure be retuning Classic. Yeah, I guess if they're doing that and they end up retuning Classic, then I'll be satisfied. But otherwise, this just makes the first two raids like ridiculously easy yet again. The only reason they were ever hard on private servers was because they those early pieces that were really bad were in the game. Even if they won't fully admit it. It's not going to be something they could not admit. If it happens, people will notice it happens. But yeah.
What do you ask of these Andalari?
I think they definitely should. Like, they shouldn't hide it. They should just do it. Did you want the ring I got? Nah, I got better rings. 415 and 410 with the socket. Really, all I need is AP. Like, if I had my neck at like 45 or 46, I would be pretty geared. I'd be like 415 on this character. Up to 418 on my Paladin now, or my Death Knight though now. I got a 420 belt from the raid on Wednesday, so that's cool. I guess that's it for the stream. I killed it. 56 viewers. It's crazy. Don't know where everybody went. I was only offline for like 10 minutes, but I need to get into Mythic rating. I'm stuck at 412. Yeah, Mythic rating is definitely the best way to gear up. I don't know why everybody says otherwise. You automatically get 415, so. Underrun on Tyrannical. Hey, Ice Block, what's up? Yeah, it's not going to be that bad, I don't think, but definitely the last boss is going to be a pain in the ass, and we don't have a Death Knight to do the Death and Decay thing, so. But I'm glad that we're doing it because I would like. Oh, what the hell is this? Got 2 rep pallies, damn. Anyway, I would like to do this because I have Underrot 17 as well, so. Oh no, I have Underrot 18, so yeah, hopefully. Or do I? I think it's 18. Anyway, yeah, we have an Underrot on my Death Knight, so we get a little practice here. As long as we lust Spore Boss, don't think we'll be doing that. You definitely don't want to. I don't know about that. Lusting on the second boss is extremely important. Otherwise, he's a really, really long and dangerous encounter. Not a bad group. How do you know we haven't started? Comp-wise, no, I don't think it's valuable to have 2 rep pallies, but yeah, we got a D Enrage from the Druid, so that's all that matters. We have Battle Res, Bloodlust, and D Enrage, so that's all you really need. I kill spores before they got to us. Oh, you can do it. Oh, right. Warrior can do it too. Yeah, then Faxi points out that the Hunter has a second one as well, yeah. Oh, 12-yard clap. Well, you'll need to do it with Heroic Throw. I forgot you can do it with Heroic Throw. It's even better than Blood Decay because you can one-shot them with Heroic Throw and then get a refresh on Victory Rush. It's actually really overpowered. So yeah, you throw your weapon at it, get a free Victory Rush, throw another, blah, blah, blah. It's crazy. Spore are pretty easy. Yeah, they only need 1. They have like 3 health, but somebody has to kill them. Otherwise, it's just going to be volcanoes everywhere. Usually I do it on my Death Knight. I can just drop D&D on a ton of them, but I sold this boss on a 14 last week. Non-stop Victory Rush is awesome. Yeah, that's cool. That's pretty unique. That I forgot all about that, honestly. That's a pretty unique idea. I don't know how long I've been live. How long was the first segment? Why does my DPS suck so much on Bombkin? What am I doing wrong? I don't know anything about it, man. Sorry. Although, to be fair, Bombkin isn't known for its explosive damage right now. They're definitely like on the lower end of offense on 5-mans. But you shouldn't worry about offense, you know. Maximize your CDs, you know, your DPS and CDs, and then just make sure you're maximizing your utility in every dungeon, and you'll be one of the best picks you can bring. Reclass to Ellie, yeah. Ellie's definitely better at offense, but Bombkin's utility is extremely potent. Both have extremely potent utility, but Bombkin's survivability is much better than Ellie, and that's the difference. And their mobility is much better too. What's that white number on your party frame? Oh, it's how much absorb I have. So it's per 1,000. So 18 is 18,000 absorb. Are you trying to get into push keys? Your damage and utilization ret is looking really good. You could easily get to your DK score. Yep. Yeah, I'm just looking to. The main reason I started playing damage at all is because I want to see the perspective of other tanks. I originally thought the best way to do that was healer, but it's just I'm not very good at healer in 5-man, so damage is like a fucking joke mode, honestly. Like, especially as a ret, there's so many. Really, the only danger as a damage healer in 5-mans is not dying, and as a rep pal, you have basically 4 ways to not die, and 2 of them are up constantly. So, yeah, that's pretty easy mode, really. It's not looked at as a top tier pick by most people, but in my opinion, it definitely is a top tier pick. And the reason behind that is how much spread sustain they can offer the group. I mean, that Waycrest was ideal. I hit everybody with like a massive Word of Glory and then lay on hands a tank and basically killed every single person to full. I did like 15k HPS in that window, maybe more. It's just probably on average 15k. The thing is, Bombkin damage depends in the most cases on the pulls. That the tank is doing in order to maximize your incarn or celestial alignment. Gotcha. Didn't know that. Let's take a look at the other paladin. We have identical talents except for this. Divine Purpose, he has Inquisition, so... Oh no, he also has a couple different options, actually. He's got a lot of differences. But we have Word of Glory. That's all I looked at. I just saw we both have Word of Glory, and I'm like, this guy fucks. You know what I mean? Like, let's rock. Alright, anyway, we got to use a flask and a feast. Wake of Ashes and Word of Glory. Yeah, basically. That's all I looked at, yeah. It's like, alright, this guy's good.
5, 4, 3, 2.
I still have not been using any potions. I need to make sure I'm using potions in this dungeon.
The blood trolls are scattered, but we must find the source of the rot and destroy it. Guard yourselves. Who knows what lurks in these caves?
Interesting.
Beware.
I forgot to give out buffs. I just gave him wisdom. Ah, I almost ran right into that. Funny thing is, before Reaping, Wake of Ashes was simming lower than Consecrate. Yeah, I think it still is. It's just a really difficult ability to sim for because of how often the mobs might move out of it. So it's just silly that anybody would even consider that for 5-mans compared to Wake of Ashes. Wake of Ashes is way better utility. It's way better everything. Like, burst is all that matters. Dot AoE is not useful in 5-mans, you know? I mean, not from a melee anyway. Obviously, like, there's classes like Bombkin and shit that get huge benefit from it, but you're not gonna get much use out of that as a melee. It's not gonna look good at all, no matter what happens. How did somebody just die? Assassin's dots are good also. Gotcha. Garrote burst out of stealth. Wait, do these not put a dot on you anymore? Didn't they used to put a dot on you?
Beware.
In a perfect world, Consecrate is supposed to be more damage overall, right? And that's the thing. That's like actually a great example of why I hate Sims, because it like shit like that. It's not like that for every sim out there, but like shit like that, it has to be a perfect world, quote unquote, for it to be better. And then people are like, oh no, the sim says this. It's like, but do you understand the application of the sim? Because if not, then you can't play. Like, you might as well not even be looking at it. You know what I mean? So you should probably stop typing and start tanking. It's crazy. You just died while you're typing. That's ridiculous. Utility is a big boon for Wake of Ashes. That's true. That's part of it for sure. It's not the only reason it's a good ability, though, that's for sure. It just gives you such affordability for burst AoE. It's why it's so good. And why it's probably the best short CD AoE ability in the game. Especially for Reaping, it definitely is. So lets you decide when you get to burst? Yeah, exactly. There's a lot of value to an ability like that. I wish more classes had it. I think their best equivalent is what's a Stormkeeper or something like that for Ellie. It's somewhat similar. It's a bit different because it doesn't actually do damage, but it's very similar in practice. You use it the same way. Now we use a pot here. What?
Time for a sacrifice!
Beware.
Go and take you!
Beware.
Rotten wither! Goon be everywhere!
Beware.
Rotten wither!
Beware.
Goons go
Beware.
and take you!
Beware.
Rotten wither! Rotten wither! Goon be everywhere! Goons
Beware.
go and take you!
Beware.
Rotten wither!
Beware.
It'll be up for Kragma as well, dude.
Beware.
Rotten wither! Goons
Beware.
go and take you!
Metro, you look so cranky today. Yeah, I'm kind of in a bad mood now after my computer crashed like that. I don't know.
Goon be everywhere!
Another day on the Mythic Plus grind. Yeah, trying to get some ret done today. I mean, we're already gonna be like super overcount with all of these weird pulls that you've done. So. Anyway, something wrong with the PC, or is it just a freak coincidence? I don't know. I've never had something like that happen before, so I don't know what's wrong. Like everything just stops. It's really weird. It's like the computer just stopped working. It's weird. There's absolutely no value to holding less on that first boss, dude. So just stop before it causes an argument and people leave. That should be up for 3 out of the 4 bosses. The only one it won't be up for is the Spore one. Gotta make a bar for donations towards the new PC? Nah, I don't really want a new PC right now. I could afford one, no problem. It's just don't really have a reason to spend money on one right now. But eventually when I do need to get one, I will get one for sure. Running on 11 or 12 might be something wonky. Yeah, it's 12. Games run a lot poorer recently because of 12, but I don't know why the entire computer would falter like that because of it. Not sure that makes much sense, does it? But maybe it does. I don't know anything about that kind of stuff, but it did seem like it was some kind of like graphical error because like the screen just froze, like everything that was there and it couldn't be changed, kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? Small chance it could be a RAM issue. Could be, yeah. Been having a lot of weird problems with RAM. Seems like the game's like using like way too much RAM, and for some reason the browser has been as well. We had that problem a couple weeks ago on stream where it seemed like I couldn't have both the game and the browser open at the same time because they would both progressively just use up way too much RAM.
Beware. Beware.
Sup, Fernando? What's up, buddy? How's it going? I just had the same issue to the point where I could barely play, let alone stream or record. It started working better one day. I gotcha. You're talking about the RAM issue, I assume?
Beware. Beware.
When a PC overheats, it doesn't usually crash, it just turns off. Yeah, it definitely wasn't overheating.
Beware.
Oh yeah, what's up? Yeah, no. No, definitely not overheating. It's just, everything just wasn't usable for some reason. I don't know.
Beware. 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 Rise, fallen one.
How long were we to the boss? Oh, we got a long time still. And getting all those, oh my god, getting all these freaking Divine Storm, oh my god, it's so fun. It is so fun when that happens, it's unbelievable.
Run away, little girl.
Right, I didn't even use wings, what? I thought I used wings. Anyway, true, I thought that's what happened, gotcha. Yes, it would peg up to like 90% usage when I was standing in town, gotcha.
Run away.
Dwarf Warriors and Paladins look so awesome. Yeah, I really like Alliance Paladins so much more. I don't really like Tauren Paladin at all, and Blood Elf is kind of meh, honestly. It looks cool because it reminds me of the old days, kind of, but yeah, Blood Elf is like my least favorite race, honestly.
I think you followed the wrong light, man.
But yeah, I definitely, Lightborn or whatever, Lightborn Draenei, Lightforged Draenei, their fucking Paladin animations are absolutely amazing. I wish I could play them. They are really fucking cool looking. I started leveling one on Ally, but it's only like level 60 something. If I ever have time at some point, I'll continue that as the naked leveling challenge. I would really like to see Paladin as a naked leveler because I feel like they can be very strong. Zandalari's are yeah, Zandalari Pali's okay. I haven't really seen it as rep. I love Life Forged. Yeah. Life Forged is awesome. They're probably like the coolest paladins if you ask me. Hey Metro, I'm up. Or hey Sandy, what's up, buddy? What's your item level? 412. The most paladin, yeah, I could agree with that. All right. Got Lust up. We got all CDs up. No, we don't have Wings up. That's a loud noise. Alright. Standing in front of the boss. Say Wings for the second part here. Looks like you need a rogue or a hunter with your rep pally. Yeah, right. We have a hunter, but
Beware.
DNM has reset the sounds again, I see. Oh, Deadly Boss Mods, you mean? Yeah, actually, Vic told me about this on Before Raid on Wednesday, but it didn't happen on my Death Knight. I don't know. Or maybe it has, and I just haven't played with sound on my Death Knight since then. I don't normally, don't know. Stuff like that just makes me not want to use add-ons, because it's like, how does that even happen, you know what I mean? How do you fucking change something that I had set one way for no reason? That guy's standing in front of the boss again. What the fuck? Yeah, man.
Beware.
Hey, Nikki Maddie, what's up? How's it going?
Beware.
I don't think we're surviving this one. Is this physical damage? I probably could have bopped, huh? Anyway, that Pally is in a 17 and doesn't know what he's doing. Yeah, that's kind of crazy. I like how the tank died and thinks the Pally got him killed somehow. He doesn't think that. He just is also commenting on the fact that the Paladin died twice to that mechanic. He didn't say that guy got him killed. He meant he got himself killed by standing in front of the boss, yeah. Metro, wow, God, shut your mouth. He's not talking about me, Nikki. He's talking about the other Paladin. 5.8k DPS? What do you mean? 13.5k. Oh, he died. It doesn't really matter how much damage he did. He died twice to the same mechanic. I didn't blame the Paladin for my death. Yeah. Well, this is gonna take a while now without Lust. Yeah, maybe come back to it. Maybe not a bad idea, I suppose. Kill this boss first, then come back to it. Wipe on Kragma, that's correct, yep. You flame the party for dying, then you die yourself. Yeah, that's unfortunate. Changing the noise helps the plebes. It grabs the attention better. Oh, really? So you think they do it on purpose to try to, like, stymie lethargy, I guess? I don't know how you else would describe it. He stacked at me? Yeah, but why did you die is the point. I don't remember anyone flaming anyone. He just told him he shouldn't stack on him. Beware. I don't remember it either, but my memory is a bit foggy.
Rise, fallen one.
Oh, that's a lot of shadow smashes. Jesus. You could just dodge the ability. Don't forget, you can just run away from it. Should be extremely easy as a warrior. You can just leap away before he does it and you won't get hit by the breath. I'm definitely not the tank. I'm a random guy. If you met me, Sam. Yeah, I don't know. Are we doing this or what? You're gonna keep typing?
Rot must spread.
This is a good fight for Rep Pally, to be honest.
Beware.
Lots of physical, or lots of high amounts of damage, I guess, more so. And spells are huge. Wow, that was a lot of damage. Holy shit. Good thing I used Word of Glory there, because that was probably a couple deaths otherwise.
Beware.
save another word of glory for this next one. Happening now. We can bubble too. It's not a bad idea. There we go. We've just reduced a ton of damage now.
Beware.
I always get hit by that on the way out. For some reason, I can never seem to dodge it or get away from it. I think you're just meant to get away from it, right? You don't actually have to dodge it. That's what's supposed to happen anyway. I got lay on hands, which I can use on myself. Get myself up to full. I hit by multiple spores there, so I can just dispel them. And we got another word of glory. Let's do that. Okay, that's good. About as much as we're gonna be able to contribute there. Now we can go back to the boss with lust, and hopefully it won't kill the tank twice or whatever. Kill people multiple times.
I have never
good.
seen this form.
It's a really good fight for Red. I
corruption
feel like that's
before.
one of the better fights out there for Red.
If this spreads to the surface, we will not be able to contain it.
I missed that one. Fuck. Somebody else got it. Interesting composition you got there. Yeah, this is not an ideal comp, I don't feel like. 2 rep pallies. As much as I like Red, I don't feel like a second one really brings anything. There's not enough time where you need double word of glory and stuff like that.
Beware.
I guess maybe here is a good example where you could use more than one. How far along are you guys in Mythic BOD? We killed Opulence and what the hell's it called? Conclave. We killed those back to back in 2 weeks ago, and we haven't been able to kill them since. But we didn't pull them at all last week because our tank wasn't there the second day. So we haven't. Obviously, we've only attempted Opulence. So yeah, we couldn't kill Opulence again this week, but hopefully that's not a trend that'll continue. I don't know if we can do this. Honestly, yeah, Conclave. Wog probably saved your ass there. Yeah, Wog is like so fucking good, man. It's crazy. True. Congrats on the first kill though. Conclave is extremely easy. I've heard Rosticon's even easier, so hopefully once we can figure out what the fuck we're doing wrong on Opulence, we can get that done like every week in 1 or 2 pulls, and then we'll be ready to make some serious progress in there. After first tantrum, keep him in the middle. Yeah, I just don't understand how people are getting hit by the breath. Oh yeah, the maggots, that's a good idea. We're not doing very good with the maggots at all. It's because we have 2 wheelchair classes, so less than ideal. Conclave is really hard, you think? We killed it in like 8 pulls. That was like the quickest progression we've ever had on an encounter. And the ability you were talking about dodging, I died to ingestion, not charge. No, the ingestion can be dodged too, man. I have a video on it. You should look at it. Especially as a warrior. It's extremely easy as a warrior. It's hard as a blood DK, but as a warrior, it's extremely easy. Oh, Opulence. Opulence is just a fucking long and painful fight, honestly. Yeah. Yep, you just run directly backwards, and he will not hit you with it. You'll outrange it. As a Death Knight, you have to time it perfectly because you don't have a lot of options, but as a warrior, you can just charge out and you'd be alright. I'd love it if you can do a countdown too, so I can actually get 2 potions in play. Okay, we're gonna have to change that noise. That's a bit too much for me. See that one there?
Beware.
Otto's Horn for the easiest to dodge mechanic. Yeah, it used to be the beware sound, so there must be a way to... turn the boss. Anyway, there must be a way to do it that's easy, but... Or, I'm sorry, it can't be hard to change it is what I mean to say, but I just don't know how to do it. Hopefully we'll figure it out after this.
Oh, poor little thing. You've been needing some help from beware.
Oh, he's running back. That's fine. This is a little sad. Yeah, making some silly mistakes here. We can go get the buff, wow. Although I guess we have killed 2 out of 4 bosses, but let's go ahead and do that. This will be the first key Metro leaves. I'm surprised we're still doing it, to be honest. Usually this kind of stuff people would leave, but I guess because these 3 guys are together, they're not going anywhere. Who is at fault here? Bwansamdi. Don't say that, Veer. Lots of sensitive kids in here. No, that's fine. They need to grow up then if they're sensitive. I feel like Underrot and Shrine suck sack this week. Underrot's really not hard. This is not the hard part of Underrot, let's put it that way. The last boss is what's going to be the difficult part.
What you be asking of death?
Why is boss face to ribcage? I like range on ribcage and boss faced 180 from them where he faces. Bait charges to ribs and sides. Yeah, it doesn't really matter where he is as long as everybody's all in one area so he doesn't charge halfway across the room. I've been DCing once every day. It's not my internet or computer and it's really getting on my nerves. How do you know it's not either of those? I mean, it has to be, right? What else could be? Okay, somebody left. Okay, that's fine by me. Are you gonna vote Joe Biden? Who's that? Joe Biden. Sounds familiar. Alright, let's do mine. Get the fuck out with politics. Who? Are you talking to Whale Kastenberger? Why is that a politician? No, Donald Trump is currently president. You can't vote for anyone else right now? You have to wait a while before that's possible? Alright, let's do mine. Yep, former VP. He was Obama's VP. VP, what does that stand for? There's a Joe Biden guy that's from the Blues Clues. Oh, he's from Blues Clues? No, that's Steve. Steve, right? His name is Steve. Love that guy. Gotcha. I wish I just kept pushing my key with that group we had the other day. Those 2 rogues were godly. Yeah. It's a lot easier anyway for bosses. Like, if you're not like 100% familiar on how to do the bosses, then it's going to be a lot harder on Tyrannical Week. Valor points. Ah, that makes sense. Yeah. No, Joe replaced Steve. I see. I didn't realize. Steve was first, then he started balding, so they replaced him with Joe. Is that actually what happened? What the fuck? That's funny. So do I just go look at the video. It'll be, I explain it. Well, actually, I think the video shows the 3rd boss, how do you do it, but it's the exact same as it is on the 2nd boss, so yeah, it's pretty easy. You just run backwards. What's your stats as Ret? Let's see. 24 crit, 11 haste, 36 mastery, 6 versatility, and 3 avoidance. Now Steve wears a fedora and writes music. Oh, are you serious? That's interesting. Politics and WoW is pretty much the same. Oh, really? I didn't realize. Huh. These guys are pretty good. Make sure this guy can lust. Why don't stack mastery instead of crit? I just don't. I'm just getting the highest item level gear I can get right now. I'm not worried about that kind of secondary stuff. Okay, that's pretty good. Oh, this is the guy who whispered me already, though. Fuck. Can't take guys who whisper me. Actually, I think I would just go without rogue, honestly. I'd rather do this without a rogue. Better chance that we won't wipe and have problems. Alright, this is good.
Zandala will endure.
Pallies don't stack mastery, gotcha. Yeah, I don't really, like I said, I don't really worry about secondary stats on ults. Thrall 2020, when's that? I got stoned one night back in college and watched a whole YouTube documentary on the guy. One sign that I need to stop smoking. On who? Joe Biden? The guy, you said he's the guy who created Valor points or something? I don't know. I don't know anything about that kind of shit. The only mastery they use is the trait. Otherwise, they do crit and haste depending on what other traits they have. I see. Oh, Steve from Blues Clues. Gotcha. Actually, if you go full AoE, why stack mastery? Yeah, I don't know. I'm not worried about it, man. I go 300k AoE with Death Strike. So yeah, Death Strike a really good ability. Doesn't really help you with AoE, but that's cool. Divine Storm. Ruben Fuster has subscribed. Welcome. What's up, buddy? I do 500 million with Death Strike. Anyway, I have 20, 20, 45. I do over 30k. Nice, man. Keep it up. Broken gear.
The dangerous foe skulks nearby. Eliminate it before it can disrupt our plans.
$300k healing per Death Strike? Yeah, same. That's pretty high, actually. That'd be pretty crazy. That'd be like a full health heal Death Strike. I guess I do have those often, but... 415, but I don't have team to do hockey, so I'm stuck at 17 Rio. Gotcha. Where's your stream boss today? Oh, what the hell? Huh. I don't know why it's off for some reason. There it is. I don't know. It was just not on for some reason. Just turned it on and off again, and now it's back. Thank you for reminding me, though, because I wouldn't have even noticed. Boss is down for maintenance, yeah. Anyway, since the nerf to the first boss never lusted on her, unless it's fortified, trash in the room takes me 5 to 6 minutes, so we don't bother using it. Gotcha, yeah, no, you definitely want to lust on the first boss. Like I said, there's no reason not to. You're either going to only have lust for 2 bosses or 3 bosses, so you want to have lust for 3 bosses. There's no reason not to lust on that boss. Boss is having issues connecting to authentication servers, yeah. Granted, 15 is like tyrannical and fortified put together. Right. Yeah, you definitely want to lust on as many bosses as you can lust on, so no reason not to lust there. Kind of sucks none of the allied races can be a DK. Yeah, that's really fucking shitty, honestly. I wish Mag'har races could be Death Knights. They would be obviously something I'd be playing. I guess I'd probably just be Mag'har. I don't know. I probably would have switched like 3 times now. I would have switched to Tauren, then I would have switched to Mag'har, and then I would have switched to Zandalari. So, High Mountain Tauren. Yeah, actually, yeah. High Mountains probably would be the best one, honestly. Mag'har would probably look the coolest, but yeah, Tauren is definitely the best one for Blood DK. But the only choice is Night Elf DK anyway. Yeah, unfortunately, not as Horde. The only choice is being Horde, so that doesn't help them. Alright, so what can I do? I can charge up there and with Bubble and hit them all with the Arcane Torrent. What happened? Everyone left Underrot. He went offline, so people thought that he left and then they left probably. I have to assume that's what happened because typically it didn't seem like that group was going anywhere. Dark Iron Death Knight? Yeah, Dark Iron. That would actually be the one for Alliance for sure. Dark Iron is overpowered right now for tanking.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Best ratio? Yeah, it would be ridiculously good for Blood DK. I mean, it'd be good for everybody, but that would be the best one, I think. Dark Iron, Dwarf and Dark Iron are best, yeah, definitely. Well, Night Elf is best just because of the skips, but yeah, those two are good if you're actually not skipping a ton of shit.
Binding the ancient spirits to the will of my master.
There's a couple of them. Hit that one, Shaman. Here we go. Alright, good. Let's crush these.
Beware. Beware.
Dwarf is super strong in raids. Yeah, it's actually really nice on Conclave, because I get to basically solo tank the third part of the boss, the third boss part, because you can just like cleanse the bleed as a dwarf, or yeah, as a dwarf. So it's pretty nice. Organized groups usually have a rogue pull things for resets, if that's what you're talking about. No, we're talking about, yeah, straight up shadow melding. You just iron blood it off. Iron blood will work too, yeah. It can't be a dark iron, but for the same problem, it'd be great. Night Elf cheese mage towers and legion for tanking. Oh yeah. You could shadow meld annihilate. Oh wow, that's cool. Shadow meld's so crazy, honestly. I wish there was a way to play, like to have alliance races. Are we gonna do this, Demon Hunter? Can do it? Anyway, I wish there was a way to play alliance races as Horde because I would love to play Night Elf. Anyway, Night Elf was the best warrior. Yeah, the Vanilla's dodge was crazy. Anyway, we have to go over here and fight them. I really understand tanks that mark a skull and then don't keep threat on the skull. I guess I kind of do it myself. Like, I mark the skull and then switch to the other targets to make sure things are interrupted and stuff. But it's like, you know, I almost just died to pulling threat on the skull. That's kind of silly. I guess those are my tendencies from the old days where, like, if skull is marked skull, that's what the guy has primary threat on. That's not necessarily what it means anymore. Anyway, Shaman has Purge. That's not what it does, dude. You guys gotta chill out with your accusations here. Purge does not remove enrages. It's an entirely different ability. The only enraged spells in the game are from druids and hunter pets. That's it. Purge will not remove the enrage. Bring back Trank Shot? Yeah, I wish it was Trank Shot again, that's for sure. Much easier to get people to do it, that's for sure. Oh, now we're gonna have an awkward reap. Anyway, it isn't the highest. It isn't highest, it's too easy. What is? Arcane Torrent does not work either, man. It's only enraged dispels. Need to get back in the rotation of doing higher keys. Push 20s in Legion, but haven't really messed with much over 13. Yeah, definitely. It didn't seem like you were very knowledgeable about some of those areas of those dungeons. I'm surprised somebody who watches the stream, you know, made the mistakes there. It's surprising. This tank sucks.
Let me guess.
Anyway, with achievements and titles coming from Mythic Plus, do you think people will play Alliance? Achievements and titles? What do you mean by that? I'm not aware of anything like that. There's the Reap. At least he didn't pull the boss. Yeah, that's true. Could be a lot worse. Definitely not any better than that. Without the suit, he can't live? Yeah, I'm not really sure. What's going on here? Should be like a super easy trash week. Yep, what a surprise. Anyway, a 20 in Legion is like a 13. Yeah, to be fair, a 20 in Legion is like considerably harder or considerably easier than a 15 in BFA. I don't pay attention much. Haven't been able to play a lot for the last couple months. Lots of tests and exams. Gotcha. Well, that would do it, I guess. Big King's Rest. Yeah, welcome to King's Rest. Looks identical to what happened on Wednesday. Alright, let's try it again. Actually, let's see if I'd really like to do... really don't want to be doing my own key right now. See if there's anything we can get into. Let's try that for a bit. Oh, why am I signing up as a tank? What the fuck? No mother loads. I really wanted to see how people were doing mother load. I guess that's just not gonna happen. One wipe and he left. God, I hate those people. Should be banned. Yeah, I totally agree. Yeah, well, I was a Blood DK in Legion, so I could solo at 20. Yeah, definitely very different. Twitch. Anyway, I believe in the 8.2 live stream or an Ian interview, they said that they were going to add achievements, titles, mounts, and cosmetics for Mythic Plus because it becomes such an integral part of the game. I think they said they were like thinking about adding more stuff like that, but it's not actually happening. So. What is the success rate on King's Rest? I've done probably like 20 keys this season and only finished like 4 of them, so not even like finished, not even upgrade them, just straight up finish them. Been invited to 15 Shrine. Keys haven't been great today, yeah, unfortunately. I had a couple roadblocks there. Not a fan of Blood DK so far. I feel so squishy this season in keys, gotcha. Yeah, I would practice it a little bit more. It's definitely not squishy at all. I'm doing like fucking like 60k HPS on some packs, so I don't know how anybody could look at that and think it's squishy. I guess maybe the definition of squishy is that, but at the same time, if I'm able to keep myself alive alone without a healer, then I don't consider that squishy. For info on key success rates, what is that? That's it. We read them all now. Oh, we have another Paladin. I'm sorry, Metro, for what? Deplete spree? Man, it's whatever. I've grown used to it at this point. People, especially King's Rest, who just leave after like 5 minutes. It's just the way it is. It just sucks because now I basically have a key I don't want to do, and if we deplete it again, then I definitely have a key I don't want to do. I keep myself alive. I just feel like I'm getting hit hard as fuck compared to before. Yeah, you are, but you're healing for more, right? The harder you get hit, the more you heal for, so it doesn't really matter how much. As long as you're not dying in one shot, then you're going to be able to heal through most of the damage.
These little ones have taken our scrolls and
it's exactly the same as it is in Legion. Obviously, every tank is weaker than it was in Legion, but it's exactly the same as it was in Legion. The first like 2 or 3 globals are the most dangerous, and then after that, you should have a chain of death strikes that will keep you alive for the rest of the fight. Avengers go back in time to retrieve 6 Infinity Stones. Black Widow dies, getting the Soul Stone. Oh, this is probably not something I should be reading. Hulk snaps everybody back into life. Tony Stark dies using the stone to kill Thanos. Damn, what's that for? Is that Game of Thrones or what? I never watched Game of Thrones.
Aye.
Alright, what are we doing? Shrine, right? He's probably lying. I'm probably gonna read the full description online tonight, actually. Somebody apparently took the time to write like the full plot synopsis out online for some reason. I saw it posted on the Free Folk Reddit for some reason. For some reason people are posting like Infinity War stuff on the Game of Thrones Reddit.
Speak, friend. For
I'm not gonna see the film anyway though. So let's take a look. Free Folk. I'll tell you, well maybe I shouldn't tell you if that guy's lying. You probably don't want to know, do you? Marvel fans, lol? Yeah. He's not lying, gotcha. Go back in time. What the hell is this, WAD? Anyway, okay, so good to know you vote Bernie Sanders. I probably would vote for Bernie Sanders, to be honest. He's like the most different of candidates that I think there is out there. They can't go back in time without the Eye of Agamotto. What the hell is that? One thing he got wrong, though. Nice, good thing I don't care about spoilers. Sweet. They come back to life via Doctor Strange's portal, I see. I don't know who any of these characters are. Eventually, all the Avengers die from old age or workplace accidents. Ah, fuck. You spoiled it, dude. What the hell?
With the power of the Tide Pearl, our fleets will be unstoppable. The Alliance must not claim this prize. All who oppose us will fall.
Anyway, look at Denmark. Pretty good. What about it?
Let the hunt
You like
begin.
democratic socialism? Worked great in Venezuela. I don't know anything about it, to be honest. I just know that he's got some pretty interesting, unique ideas that are definitely better than the same old nonsense that keeps going on.
The Alliance must not claim this prize. All who oppose us will fall. Now, let the hunt begin.
I forgot. I keep forgetting to get buffs up for some reason. I just gave them to myself. Who's even the healer? The druid. I just gave both to myself. Okay, that's fine. Nobody should really. I can just give them again, right? Yeah.
Beware.
We are vassals of Israel anyway. Might as well go full on with Sanders. Nice.
Beware.
Yeah, either way, I don't know. Bernie is probably the best pick for the U.S. Yeah, just something different, you know? Instead of the same old worrying about business and money all the time. I don't see the appeal of Game of Thrones, but it seems like mainly adults like it anyway. I tried to watch it, but it looks like sex, dragons, and fighting. Well, there's obviously a lot more than that, so you didn't really try to watch it if that's all you got out of it. I would say it's the best written characters of any type of story on the planet. Like, there's never been better written characters. And a big part of the reason there's never been better written characters is because most characters don't just die in the middle of the story. So, like, you know, like, for me to say I love the Starks as much as I do when almost all of them die, it's like, you know what I mean? That's what makes the show so good, is that he's willing to, like, to take risks with his character writing. Oh, there's a lot more than that, yeah. Like, not even a tenth of why it's good. Sexy dragon and fighting, what more can you want? To be fair, that's kind of all you really need, but there's definitely a lot more than that either way.
Beware.
Not really, Donovan. It's not all. Wait, it's not at all communism. Donovan Mitchell. I don't know who you're talking to right now. Oh, Donovan Stridham. I see. Anyway, fighting sexy dragons. Yeah, they have like bikinis on and shit. It's kind of crazy. Also, I wanted to punch the blonde prince dude in the face because he was a little bitch. That is intentional.
Beware.
Working as intended, let's put it that way.
Beware.
That's why I love the characters so much, because you hate them, you love them at the same time. It's crazy.
Beware.
I don't think I've ever felt that way about a character before. And now I could say that I've mirrored that about Sylvanas. Like, the decisions Sylvanas are making are clearly, they're trying to make her seem like she's Cersei or something, basically. Anyway, the character development is so good. Yeah, it's like I said, the best written characters that have ever existed in any fiction, I think. Probably any literary work ever. I've not read every literary work ever, but it would be very hard for me to believe that there's any world out there with better characters than Game of Thrones. I'm telling you, it's like Art of War. 600 IQ plays. Thanks, ma'am. I know it just aggravates me. Yeah, that's basically the point of the character. Blizzard ruined Sylvanas and Jaina IMO. They had so much potential and then they threw it away. Yeah, see, I think they did exactly what they needed to do with the character. That's what I'm saying. Hey, Tokes, what the hell? How long you been here? Oh no, Naradu has some some really good character development too. Gotcha. I never watched that.
Beware. Beware.
Can't bubble out apparently. I'm gonna die to the damage there. I did not die to the damage there somehow.
Beware.
I will die if I do not get healed up before this next one. Just use the Word of Glory there just to make sure. Anyway, I just lost all credibility. Who, me? Because I didn't die there? Seems like a good thing, not a bad thing. I've been maining the same character since Wrath. This is the first expansion I've changed. I see. Thank you for the heads up. Imagine if George R. Martin wrote WoW. Oh, what the hell? Interesting pull there. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. To be honest, I do think, Samuel, I think that's kind of what they were going for there. It was kind of like Martin-esque type stuff. Not going to interrupt that. We better pop CDs here because this is a very odd decision.
Beware.
That one's getting off. Nobody's interrupting. I don't know what you guys are doing. This hunter's not interrupted at all. I also like books over shows. Never watch oh yeah, you should watch. You should read the Game of Thrones books then. They're not as advanced as the show because the show's outpaced them, but the books are just as good, if not better, than the show for many reasons. I do think the show is better because I think that having a visual representation to some of these things is very important. But yeah, the books are obviously what the show's based on. So. Piss off George J.R.R. Martin in a Mythic Plus and he just kills off your character before your next one. That'd be interesting. Sad that the TV show has spoilers for the books now. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Although I think most of the books, like the endings of the book, is going to be completely different than what happens in the show. Other than like whatever like the truth of the ending is. I think everything else is going to be different. It's like, you know, obviously like the season 5, some of the 5 and 6 stuff that happens in Game of Thrones obviously is not happening in the books. Some of the characters that are dying, you know. At least the upcoming books, gotcha. Like the whole stuff with Shireen, right? Like obviously that's not happening in the books. I just did 16 Temple on my Blood Decay. 20 seconds over the timer. We failed to skip to the first boss, but even then I had the same overall damage as our Assassination Rogue. Huh, that's weird. How'd that happen? That guy was AFK or something? Nobody ever does countdowns anymore. I don't know why. Let me just put that down in the middle of fucking combat. It's funny. I love the effects this week. I do huge pulls and I see huge numbers. Nice. Keep it up, man. Yeah, this is definitely the easiest trash week in the game. one at each. There's no one over there. Okay, this is a little risky. Ah, that one's, yeah. Just in case, I didn't want to risk it. Fortified teaming volcano week is easier. I wouldn't say teaming's easier than this. There's no way. Raging can be dispelled, dude. You cannot dispel teaming. Anyway, depends on the group. If you're saying which week is easier, I wouldn't say that. Depends on the group at all. On Fortified, the ads are 10 times harder than the boss. Oh, you're saying... I'm just talking about trash in general. I didn't even realize that was a fortifying week. Obviously, trash is not easier on Fortified no matter what you do. What the hell are we doing here? Anyway.
True prey retreated into the shrine.
Lol. This is not Fortified Teaming Volcanic Week. Okay. That pull was so weird. Yeah, it almost killed me. Didn't expect that at all. Yeah, Tyrannical is a joke if the group is decent. Just needs to pay attention. No, I don't agree at all. I think Tyrannical is considerably harder than Fortified for every reason possible. Other than, I guess, upgrading, or like, basically if you have no deaths on either, then Fortified will take longer. But that's never the case, almost ever. It's almost always deaths to bosses.
Fallen one.
Some of the bosses are insane on Tyrannical, yeah, that's what I'm saying. There's some dungeons that are just way harder on Tyrannical. It's funny, I've yet to do Freehold this week, but this would be a pretty tough week for Freehold. Even though the trash is a complete joke, because it should be Eudora and the knockback guy this week. And obviously it's Tyrannical. It depends. I don't think it does. The Spit Gold dot is like 100. Yeah, exactly. It's crazy. There's some things that are just ridiculously overtuned on Tyrannical, and those don't typically exist in Fortified. Like, there's not really a situation where trash is just so hard that you can't possibly kill it. But at the same time, trash like typically does end up taking you longer to kill than most. Like, if you're gonna look at two keys side to side without any problems whatsoever, Fortified is gonna take longer. But Tyrannical is way more deadly. Like, it's way more likely to break the key than it is to make the key fail. But it's way more likely that when the key breaks, you don't continue, so. What do you think are the easiest dungeons this week? I haven't really given it thought, honestly. I did Under 18, and first boss one-shot me with Bloodshot, yeah. That's a good example, right? That dungeon is just so much easier on Fortified. Spell Reflect for the win, yeah. It's a good one, but not gonna be able to use that every time.
Beware.
Problem with Spell Reflecting that as well is like you have to actually coordinate it. Otherwise people are just gonna interrupt it and you're gonna waste the ability. Tantrum at second boss, yeah, pretty much all the bosses in there have like one mechanic that's extremely dangerous. The only dungeon to me that's easier on Tyrannical is probably Atal. I could see Motherlode. Atal I definitely don't agree with, but yeah, Motherlode I can see. King's Rest is easy at Tyrannical? Oh yeah. That's one that's like very hard on both, so I never know which one to think is harder. That first boss in there and then the third boss in there are just such a pain. Giannis, I completely disagree. I assume he's joking, right? I don't know.
Run away, little girl.
Behold the power of the torrential water.
You must not run high keys. Like I said, he has to be joking, right? Because surely, surely nobody would think that King's Rest was easier on Tyrannical than it is Fortified.
Back to the cold dark with you.
King's Rest sucks overall, yeah. It's like really hard on both, so no matter which one, it's even if it was marginally easier on one or the other, it wouldn't even really matter. You was tanking the D on that pack. Took all the slams to the face. Nice. I don't even know what that is. What is a slam? I got into a new guild this week and tanked 5 and 9 Mythic BOD. Literally one shot every boss. Damn, lucky. We spent 4 hours on Opulence after we had already killed it before, so quite the opposite going on here, but hopefully we'll move on from that. I do wish longer dungeons had more checkpoints. Yeah, the checkpoint problem is definitely a real thing for sure.
Dark powers or no, you will be our next kill.
Under Rot's run back is stupid. Yeah, there's a couple bad ones. Under Rot is real bad. DHT is real bad. These ones really need to be changed. Whirling Slam must not do high keys. Nah, never. This is my first time ever doing a 5-man. I totally agree. That's just annoying. Yeah. Where these mobs come from? I think Blizzard made hard as fuck instances this patch, this expansion. Yeah, they definitely did. They didn't want people doing like what they were doing in Legion, where they were just like kiting the whole fucking dungeon the whole time, and there was no difficulty to trash whatsoever. Those days are behind us, and I'm glad for it. Some aren't, but I am. Blizzard made the YOLO system. What does that mean? 0 healer runs? Oh yeah. If you die, it's better to row. Row where? To an island and bury your head in the sand kind of thing, or what? Destroy the key. Let the man be born. Alright, we don't have enough.
The tide shall take you.
No one's getting any of these. Dead already somehow.
The breeze is ever at our back. Protect me.
The 3 tornadoes. Anyway, this has been a smoothest dungeon so far. No, this is the worst. Yeah, this boss is like a breaker for sure. It's like the dumbest boss in the game. This is definitely, in my opinion, the hardest dungeon, or the hardest boss in the game. It's just too much going on.
I have many lucky do's you like.
It's like a mechanic that you basically have to interrupt and not interrupt at the same time, otherwise you will wipe one way or the other.
The tide shall take you!
There's plenty of me to
The breeze is ever at our back. Protect me.
My howl is impenetrable!
They're so hard to see too. They really blend in with the surroundings.
Protect the breeze is ever at our back.
Do they move faster too when she's in the thing? I feel like that one just like caught up to me like crazy fast.
My howl is impenetrable!
Protect me. The breeze is ever at our back.
My howl is impenetrable!
Protect me. The breeze is ever at our back.
Wow, we keep both interrupting.
Protect me.
I feel like this tornado spawning mechanic happens way too often as well in this encounter.
now to finish the job.
Protect me.
Alright, boss is effectively over at this point. As long as tank doesn't die here somehow, we'd be in good shape. Anyway, wanna run my Toldagor 15? Sure, we can. See what happens after this. You basically never not interrupt. The tornadoes you can dodge and the slicing you can yeah, but it's like the tornadoes are really dangerous if you get hit by them, where the slicing is kind of repeatable. Like you understand what's happening with it. So if you can survive it, then it's easier than the tornadoes for sure. If you don't interrupt during tornado buff and get like 5 to 6 off, that's enough to wipe the group, yeah, obviously. You don't want to interrupt none of them, but I think the case is you probably should just like let one or two go off. So there's not like just the whole room filled with tornadoes. Oh hey Nick, what's up buddy, how's it going? But when there's that many tornadoes on a fight that's twice as long on Tyrannical, it's better to let a couple go off. Yeah, I would agree. Like half of them, I would say half of them should get off. Not every one, obviously. That's why it's so hard. No one knows when. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why this fight is ridiculously complicated. Way too much going on in a fight like this. The debuff drops with the ward. That's correct. On the pull, let a few go, then do interrupts. I wouldn't let the few on the pull go, that's for sure.
Beware. Beware.
I'll give you
Beware.
Guess we need some help getting caught up on healing, so I'll do that. That's what's awesome about Rep Pally.
Beware. Beware.
Too much movement. Pain in the ass when you pull these two together, even though they're pretty easily combinable. Or if you don't get a ward, it's a 30-second debuff.
death becomes
The ward clears them on everyone who gets it, right? I don't really understand this fight. I normally interrupt. You're talking about the boss that we just killed? So yeah, you gotta. If you interrupted every single time, it would probably be the best choice. Like that's like the simplest solution to the fight, but it's not the most elegant.
Beware.
It's probably not the most effective either.
Beware.
Because I swear those tornadoes are more dangerous than the actual damage from this shit. Especially if you've cleared your stacks or whatever.
Beware. Beware.
What do you mean to do that? Just use the pot in combat randomly. I have to use my defensive.
now to finish the job.
So why shouldn't I interrupt every cast? Just because when she has the debuff for the tornadoes, it's going to spawn 2 tornadoes. And those things do a lot of fucking damage if you get hit by them and are going to be very frustrating to move from constantly. So it's almost like if you should not spawn those if you can avoid it. But I don't know. Doesn't really matter. It's like I said, it's probably easier to just interrupt every single ability and just dodge the tornadoes, but it's just really complicated to do that and sometimes some parts of that fight.
Death becomes
Anyway, the mage gets a buff that sends tornadoes when you interrupt those casts, yeah. And it happens all the time, too. That's my biggest problem. It's like, it feels like it's about 50% of the fight, which it may actually be. I don't know exactly how often, but it feels like it's very frequently. Alright, are we death running or something? Every 15 seconds she gets it? Yeah, that seems right. And it lasts for what, like 5 or 6 seconds? Maybe longer? $10 seconds? Definitely not every 15 seconds then if it lasts for 10 seconds, but it happens a lot, that's for sure. When the chick reaches 100 energy, oh, that's right. Yeah, that's what it is. It's the energy. So then you almost just interrupt her when she drops that buff on the ground to get her out of it. You definitely need to interrupt her at that point for sure, one way or the other. Otherwise, she's just gonna sit in there and just crush you. But hey, Dan92, what's up, man? Sorry, I missed your comment. Wind Fury buff is a required interrupt. The Wind Fury buff, what is that? I don't know. You followed the wrong light? Oh, really? What do you mean? No, we're good. We're gonna die here. Bubble. That was dangerous. Don't know why. I guess because we're raging. You followed the wrong light, Metro? I don't think so. I don't know. I'm not sure why you guys are saying that. I was referring to the Bwansamdi's troll, Metro. Gotcha.
It would seem you have guests, Lord Stormsong.
Alright, so we got everything up. This would be good. Ha
Ha
ha ha ha ha ha ha ha ha ha. Yeah.
Blackened depths.
I don't know about that.
Crushed for eternity. Make peace with your queen, for your life ends here.
So I need to clear 2 to 3 packs, and it's about 4 minutes of clearing non-fortified. Gotcha.
Mounted on my wall.
Beware.
You can't use speed boost in this phase? Can't do anything in this phase. Literally just
Beware.
get attacked, that's it. Ah!
No, that was an
That was unfortunate.
impressive bit. Beware.
Unlucky, yeah, that was partially my fault, but got hit by one and got stunned, and then the second one hit me immediately. Got me again. I don't think we can make that mistake twice. There's not enough up.
Beware.
Wonder what would happen if I did a shield before we went. Like if I got picked as I was doing it, I had a shield.
Beware.
Let's find out. I didn't get picked at that. Oh, I did get picked. What the fuck? That's unlucky though, 3 times in a row, huh? There goes my damage. 40k on the pull and finish with like 10k. Pretty bad. Anyway, you can skip your turn with certain things. Oh, really? It doesn't seem like it's turn-based, but either way. I guess if I was immune, maybe, when it happened. I'm a bounce for a bit, listen to music, organize my room. Thanks for the runs. I'll probably, yes. Thank man. See ya. Have a good one. Alright, so we got 8 minutes. Probably not gonna happen, right? Most unlucky thing I've seen in recent weeks was my healer in Toldagor 12 got Deadeye 5 times in a row. Wow, that's unlucky. What's up, Axe Daddy? How you doing today, man? What are you up to?
Keep your senses sharp.
This dungeon's going to be impossible next week with explosive. The last boss is so dumb. Yeah, that's true. Last boss is a real pain with explosive, but it won't be tyrannical. So again, I don't know. I just feel like even though this week is like super easy, I still feel like tyrannical is considerably easier no matter what. That feeling when you heat up the perfect amount of tortillas for your meat. Oh, that sucks, man. I'm sorry to hear that.
It led us into its lair. Prepare yourselves.
I've seen a video with Wrestler Druid top DPS on bot. Oh yeah, I mean, it's very common. Probably seen many videos with it. No! Jesus Christ. I'll heat up your tortilla tokes. Whoa. That got weird quick. Too bad Mr. Reaver can't pull that much DPS. Maybe they can. It depends a lot on what the, you know, how easy the fight, like, the DPS on this as a healer is basically relying on how much healing you have to do here, because that buff is going to be ridiculous. Being the top DPS should not be hard to do at all as a healer if you can actually DPS full time. There's certain things that get like 10 times better if you put it inside a folded tortilla, like eggs, for example. Oh yeah, that's cool. That sounds good. I agree, Veerhart. Came out of the void phase and then Lust on the pack. Rest of Druid can do like 50k. Nice.
Rise, fallen one.
Oh, we just got a weekend. That's weird. Well, there goes our timer. We had a chance otherwise. Now we're gonna probably not be able to do it. We shouldn't have pulled both packs of those. Maybe we didn't on purpose. I think I aggroed one by accident and maybe the guy wasn't ready for it. Pull the boss with reaping. Probably would have been a good idea, right? Yeah. MDI. Yeah. It's better to save CDs for the lust, right? Like I shouldn't use them on the pull, right? Maybe I should have used them on the pull and then just let the like ride out the lust.
Run away, little girl.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Beware.
Beneath the tides, your truth awaits.
Oof. Seemed close. Maybe it wasn't. Why am I dying? God, there's too many mechanics to move out of.
Four, 3, 2, 1.
Run away, little girl. Run away.
Beware.
Beneath the tides, your truth awaits.
Oh, nobody interrupted. Cool. Well, that's GG probably, huh? Alright, so we basically have to kill the boss here, which I don't think is going to happen.
Run away, little girl.
That might happen. Ah, we did it somehow. That was closer than it should have been, really, but we did it. All right. Anyway, let's see. You guys gotta do some insane DPS? Nah, not really. Have you done Crucible of Storms? Yes. My guess 17 seconds left, and they complete it +1. You were wrong. I'm gonna say 50 seconds remaining. Nope. You got this. I do. Yeah, you're right. Since their trash percentage is done, yeah. 30 seconds remaining. Nope. 33 seconds left. Wings. I used it. Red is fun, but having a lot of fun with Bombkin and Guardian. Yeah, those are fun too. Yes, it is. You got this. Nice. I really enjoy Waterworks right now. Yeah, from Monopoly. It's good. Boom. I agree, Nick. Was that an explosion? What the fuck was that? Anyway, Axe Daddy Gaming. What's up, man? All right, so somebody had a key they said they want to do? Who was it? Hell yeah, Metro. Grats. Hey, thanks, man.
Now then,
I deserve it.
time to carve
I'm very
a
good.
trophy.
Just kidding. All right, we'll do one more, and then that's going to be it, probably. We got a 17 done, at least, so that's good. Let me get one more. Let's see if I can find a mother load, because I really wanted to find a mother load today. Well, we can do one more, and then we'll have time to spend 5 minutes in mother load 18. Then we'll have time to spend 5 minutes in King's Rest before everybody disbands. That would be ideal if I can get invited to that. I don't know how this guy's got an 18. He's only, I guess it's not that abnormal this week, but actually higher score than that guy is, and it's his key. Anyway, Monk is fun at Chris Hedrick, but didn't play it since 8.0. Ooh. Ooh. That's not good, man. You gotta get going. What the fuck you waiting for? Alright, I guess we're probably not getting accepted this one. I guess we could sign to this one. 15, like, people should definitely invite me to a 15, right? Windwalker is seriously fun to play, man. Lots of things depressed. I picked the worst time to say Mistweaver, I guess. Gotcha. Yeah, I've heard good things about Windwalker. Anyway, hey, Mr. McKee, what's up, buddy? How's it going? 18, probably checking logs on DPS? Yeah. But still, I'd prefer to have a Demon Hunter or a Rogue instead of a Windwalker. Yeah, definitely. Windwalker's pretty good. I'd have them behind Rhett as well. Alright, been declined. Okay, is this serious? I'm not going to get invited to Motherload 15? Anyway, I really enjoyed the DPS setup for Windwalker. When all your procs line up and you do the rotation to get a big Fist of Fury off. Sweet. Sounds fun. None of these people want a fucking rogue for a tall. Anyway, what else? That's it. Man, just did Toldagor 16 on last boss. We had 9 minutes left, and the balance druid died 3 times, wiping us. Oh yeah, that's the thing that sucks about Toldagor, man. That last boss can absolutely break it. Like, you could spend, you know, the first 20 minutes of the dungeon crushing it, and then that last boss you wipe 3 times and it's over. Happens all the time. I've seen it happen so often, it's kind of crazy. Well, oh, 16 motherload? 1.5k, okay, that's me. Invite my friend. Shaka from Mal'Ganis. Hey Metro, hope you're doing good. Caballero Miocid, what's up, buddy? Yeah, I'm doing alright. Wind's blowing so hard the trees are sideways. Yeah, that's pretty bad here too. It's raining sideways! Anyway, I've seen so many healers get shit on by the group when we constantly wiped the last boss and told the gore pugs. Oh, you mean like they blame the healers? That's a shame. Too bad, Metro. I'm not wanted in many 16s as a Mistweaver, even when I have all my dungeons done in a 15. Gotcha. Like, it's almost completely RNG. Well, it's definitely not because of the healer. People are dying to that boss. It's almost certainly not because of the healer. Give Shroud to more classes, and yeah, definitely. I'd say you should give Shroud to Feral Druid. That would be the step one. It would completely change the approach of Feral Druid on the meta. Getting keys as a DPS is tough. Everyone's so hung up on numbers, no one cares about skill anymore. I mean, the numbers are there. I'm more qualified than all 3 of these people, literally. So, I don't know. It's just like, you know, people like want better and better every time. So, I don't blame them. Wait, I thought the stream ended, so I went away. Yeah, my computer just crashed and end. You'll know the stream ends when I say I'm ending it, not I just end it randomly. Can't read that rogue wanted signs more. Can't read that rogue wanted signs more. What does that mean? Alright, well, I guess we're not getting any of these, so I don't understand. Anyway, I tried Waycrest 16 with Balance, Hunter, DK. No interrupts, could not out-heal the damage. Tank says, we need Druid. Monk can't heal this boss. Are you fucking serious? Oh my god. Well, that's just retardation, right? Like, that's not even blaming the healer. That's having some kind of learning disability. That's pretty funny. Could you imagine thinking like that the game was that imbalanced that a healer can't heal a 5-man? That's crazy. I just thought, oh, I must have missed him saying goodbye. Gotcha. I'll never end the stream 1.5 hours after I start it as well. Another good indication. Also for Feral, I feel like they should nerf the healing a little bit from the Restoration Affinity, but allow Feral Druids and Guardians to use all heals and forms. I don't think Guardian Druids should have access to that. Actually, no, I don't think that should change at all. I really like the way it works right now, so I wouldn't want to see those changes happen. But either way, Feral Druid just needs better utility, and they're not going to get it because Bombkin is always going to have better. Unless they give them Trends and Solar Beam, they're always going to be behind Bombkin. Unless they're like absolutely top DPS spec in the game again, like they were a while back. Also, Metro Druid Chick Ninja pulled the boss while I was at 50% mana. Ninja pulled? Was it a tank? Or was it a DPS? 50% mana, that's maybe not the best, but shouldn't really be that big of a problem. Alright, I guess we're not going to get in any of these now, so we're stuck doing my my shitty 15 King's Rest, which is probably just, oh, there we go. Which is probably just going to end up in a depletion again. Oh god. Huh. Demon Hunter Tank. Interesting. But he's done 20s and shit, so I guess he's doing this kind of to test tanking, maybe?
Greetings.
Oh, that would be good, though. This might be our best opportunity to see some Motherload shenanigans. Oh, God. It's just rare to see it. Not that I have a problem with it. It's just really rare to see a Demon Hunter tank. I guess we're not doing this.
Help!
Alright, I'm gonna grab a drink real quick because I am very parched. And then we'll try to find another group to get back.
Spelling scrolls, but you will need to get close enough to use them. Watch out!
Okay, I'm back. Just did Tolagora Blood Decay. Got Fear of the Room. We're saying the boss 2 times because I trusted DPS to interrupt. Yeah, that's unfortunate. We timed it though. Oh wow, really? You still upgraded that after you reset the boss twice? That's crazy. Alright, well I guess we're not going to be getting accepted to anybody's keys. Let's try one more, and then if not, we're going to have to do ours. But I really don't want to do mine. Yeah, Cannon's OP. Not really. Not on Fortified Week, or not on Tyrannical Week, right? I don't know. I guess they are, but... I could see it being, like, crazy good on Fortified Week, but on Tyrannical Week, it's like, if you're wiping the bosses multiple times, it's probably... I'm surprised. Maybe I guess it was a lower key or something. I got 5 Schmitz. You're playing again? That's awesome, dude. It was and 15. Nice. Gotcha. 16 a tall? What the hell did that say? Think Twice. That's an interesting name. Well, let's see. We just upgraded a 15 shrine, so that's going to be a ton of score for the character. We upgraded Waycrest Manor 15 as well. We double upgraded Waycrest Manor 15, right? So that should be some extra points. Siege we did not upgrade. That's it, right? We didn't upgrade anything else today. What else did we even do? I'm not even sure. I can't even, for some reason, I can't remember what we even did today. King's Rest, we failed, obviously. Don't know. What dungeon did we just do? I don't even remember. My memory's fucked, man. I don't know. Alright, we've been invited to 16 Underrod. Sweet. Good choice. I would want a rep pally in every dungeon I do, but I would want me as a rep pally in every dungeon I do. Let's put it that way, because most rep pallies, they don't even use Word of Glory. It's weird. It's weird to see how many people don't take Trents and Word of Glory. It's like if they don't, they think keys are just a joke and nobody needs any help. Shrine. Oh, that's what we just did, right? Of course, duh. Huh. I knew we just upgraded something. I don't know why I didn't remember it was Shrine, but... Well, that's that. This will probably be the last one, then we'll see how this goes. Hopefully we... Unless if we wipe and don't do anything, just disband, but... if a ret doesn't have Word of Glory, yeah, I mean, that's basically what I've been doing. It happens a lot, too, where they don't have Word of Glory. I don't know why. It's kind of weird. Rets without Word of Glory, and... Oh, Trents are one thing on... like, most weeks, it's like, you gotta have Trents, but then there's sometimes where, like, I remember... What was it? We just got in an argument the other day. Oh, that was about Feral. That was actually this week, wasn't it? The guy was like, nah, Feral's better. It's like, no, it's not. He was like, I could go Bombkin, but then we'll be worse off. And I'm like, no, that's not how that works. Anyway, I feel that I had to ask the Elemental Shaman to use his Earth Ellie to make Reaping easy. Yeah, I guess that one's another one that happens all the time too. If the depletes it makes you forgot because they all blur together, yeah. Trents are great with Sanguine, yeah, they are. Gary Trent Jr., he was a good player for Duke, but I don't know where he's at now. Let's see. Don't know what he's up to. Probably playing in like Israel or some shit. America for, oh yeah, he's for the Blazers. He's playing for the Blazers. And the Blazers are in the playoffs, aren't they? Yeah, they're playing the Thunder, or they played the Thunder. He didn't play a single minute in the playoffs though so far. Anyway. All right, what do we got? Lots of rogues, lots of yellow. That's the way of it. Oh, this guy's actually looking for a rogue too. Guess it's a fine choice if you want to skip some things. You don't really need to skip anything in here though. It doesn't really make anything easier if you ask me. Especially on easy ass trash week. It's kind of wasting it. But skipping the mask is not a bad idea. It's a complicated pack. And getting Reaping after the first boss is definitely better than getting it before the first boss. That's definitely the case. Getting Reaping after the first boss is big because people always use their CDs on Reaping. Myself included, I do it all the time. And if you don't have your CDs up for the first boss, then you're fucked. What is this for? I've seen these a couple times now. Despite being physically fine, the enchantment that give it life appear degraded, rendering it inanimate. A sufficiently equipped enchanter may be able to... Oh, it's like an enchanting, the new enchanting thing. A lot of people don't know you can stun the mask, do they? Yeah, I know you can stun it, but still. You're not going to keep it stunned the whole time. Obviously, it's going to get a couple things going on. But yeah, if you can stun its cast, pretty beneficial for sure. Good night, Metro. All right, good night, man. Have a good one. All right, another one where we do not start. What the hell's going on here? Why has this happened twice now where the leader decides to just stop? There's just no good people signing up, I guess? It's not 15. 16. All right, looks like we're doing King's Rest 15 instead. Can't be asked in here fucking around with retards we're going to lead before the key starts. They're not unqualified, but I really don't want to invite a duo, especially with a rogue. And I know I'm probably going to regret that because it's probably going to be hard to find good players if I do decline them, but it's the risk we'll take. Okay, Shadow Priest. Actually not terrible for this dungeon. There's one dungeon that has a Shadow Priest, this would be it, but we really need to find Lust, so it's kind of a little bit harder to justify bringing one. Because then we would need a Bloodlust DPS. Oh, the guy unqueued anyway. That guy's geared as fuck. 421, holy shit. I'm gonna take that guy. Now we just need to find some lusts, and that'll be it. I guess a druid. We need a druid too to dispel the enrage. So a druid healer. Can't drums do the trick if you don't have lust? The difference is that they never get used. Even people say they claim they have drums, they never use them, and drums are definitely worse than regular lust anyway. So I would rather get drums, or I'd rather get a proper lust. All right, that guy's more appropriate. So now we just need one more good player. Absence coming as the bloodlust. So what should we get? A melee. Anyway, incoming druid, or do you want to come? Alright, let's rock. Good comp now. Depends on the players. Metro doesn't like drums unless it has, unless he has 100%. Unless he 100% has to. Yeah, Lust is definitely, I know you guys and Sam and Regza. I see. Anyway, yeah, I don't drums are just worse than bloodlust. So, and the person with lust is going to use lust. That's the thing. Like 99% of the time, drums. It's like people are like, oh, I have drums, and then they don't use them. It's like it's not very good. Yeah, you don't really need to banish it, but that is an option. Either way, we're not doing Underrot anymore. We're not doing King's Rest because the group for Underrot did not materialize. Alright, well hopefully this will be good enough to upgrade this.
Eliminate it.
I guess if we do well on this, I can do one more. I don't really have to go until about 6, but didn't really, things weren't going well here, so if this doesn't go well, then that's probably be the end of it, but true as fuck, people do that all the time. Yeah, it happens all the time, yeah. Literally, all the time. Whenever we run a group without a lust class, somebody always misses. Like, it's like 50% chance that a lust is going to be missed throughout the dungeon. Especially on my Death Knight, I hate doing it. But anytime I do my own key, I hate doing it because I feel like if I don't bring a lust, then it's on me to make sure I do it. And I don't have any drums on these characters. I should get some, but I don't have any. So it's like, it's just better to find a bloodlust. Plus, like, bloodlust class are in a good place right now. Like mage, shaman, even hunter. You know, these are good picks right now. So. Can priests remove enrage? No. Only druids and hunters can remove enrage. And we got 2 of those. Oh, we basically used no potions in this this stream. Looks like everybody's here. Who is not here? Zimpack. I have a pot if you need one. No, I have 15 pots here. I still have potions in these characters' bags since fucking WoD when I was doing WoD CMs, but I'd rather not do that. But if we have to do it, that's fine. I don't care. I'll do it, whatever. But 90% of the time doesn't even matter because you're just gonna end up failing on the first boss anyway. So. Pretty disappointed you don't give Tulsi Gabbard any serious consideration. I don't know what any of that means. Sorry, man. Is that even English? I have no idea what you're even saying, dude. Sorry. Was that somebody who signed up or something like that? Gabbard? Death predictions for this week. Game of Thrones. Mine are Jaime. I think one of all of the duos that were shown when Pod was singing will die. So let's think back on what they were. So that's Jorah or his nephew or whatever, niece, whatever. So Jorah's gonna die. Sam and Gilly. Sam's gonna die. Daenerys and Jon. Well, probably neither of them will die. They weren't actually shown during it. Who else? Arya and Gendry. Gendry's gonna die. Sandor and Dondarrion. Dondarrion's definitely gonna die. And there was one other duo. I can't remember. Oh, Sansa and no dick, whatever his name is. What the fuck? I can't. Theon, and Theon's definitely gonna die. Tulsi Gabbard is a female politician, according to Google. Don't think that helps. She definitely did not sign up to my key one way or the other. Isn't she the Hawaiian politician that was on Joe Rogan Experience? Oh, really? I don't know. I haven't watched Joe Rogan in like fucking a month now. I just never have the time. Pretty much on 15 or higher, you gotta have a druid or hunter. You can't heal the tank. That is blacksmith. Really? Oh, you never knew about Joey Diaz? That's crazy. He's fucking hilarious, dude. I think he's like the funniest guy on the planet, honestly. The one with Kamaru Usman is great. I did watch that one. That's like one of the last ones I watched. I started watching the one with Herb Dean, but I never finished it. That was the last one I actually watched. Alright, let's eat up. Use flask. Joey Diaz is fucking hilarious. I think he's the funniest guy on the planet. He's just naturally hilarious. He's like Harry. I don't know, you guys probably don't know Harry, but he's like Harry, but actually like does something with his comedy. Absolutely fucking hilarious, dude. Just like naturally hilarious. A good thing he's trying to get in shape because at his rate he wasn't doing well. Oh, is he actually? I don't know much about him other than a few things I've heard, like him saying do comedy and stuff, but
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
just hearing his voice, his weight isn't the only thing he has to worry about. Oh yeah, that's true.
Welcome to the tomb of the first.
The best moments are when he makes Rogan laugh. Yeah, they're fucking. I mean, Joe thinks he's like hilarious too, so that doesn't hurt.
Binding the ancient spirits to the will of my master.
Didn't really need to use horse there. There's no way you could not make that. I'm still used to WoD and Mop CMs where you had to like actually use speed boosts to make skips. Pretty much like every skip in Mop and WoD CMs you had to actually like bust your ass, otherwise you wouldn't make it.
This temple is
and now we won't have potions for the first boss, so hopefully that was worth it. It's only a 15 though, we should crush this damage wise. And nobody's interrupting that. Okay. Anyway, MDI strat on the Reaping. Hopefully not. I did my first 15 King's Rest in time today too. Really went really well. Usually it doesn't. King's Rest is hard, yeah. I still don't have a King's Rest in time on my Death Knight above a 14, so I need to try to get that done, but I just can never get the key myself, and every time I join it, people always just leave after one mistake, so don't know what to do. Okay, thanks, dead. We're having two druids. I don't feel like we're actually dispelling this. I just make sure you pull the boss with the Reaping and call everyone idiots. Oh yeah, I definitely will. You don't have to worry about that. Yeah, I know how funny that was, right?
Rise, fallen one.
Look at those resets! Man, I love this shit. When you get these resets, it's like, oh my god, it's so fun. Oh, did I just get hit by that? Fuck. How did I get hit by that? It didn't look like it was anywhere near me. It still happens in here all the time, it feels like. For any doubters, there was people who were actually like saying like it doesn't, me standing back here was gonna aggro the boss as well. Did you see those idiots on that video, on that clip? They're like, you fighting him back there is gonna aggro the boss there too. It's like, what? Have you guys never done this dungeon before? Alright, we going? Earth Ellie Poll, greatest YouTuber in 2019. Thanks, man. It's weird how nobody ever uses fucking... I can never get anybody to do countdowns anymore. I don't know why. Alright, pulled threat. That's nice. Okay, Spit Gold is on me. These are big, dig defensive. Alright, we're burying this boss. Holy shit. Oh, I just... Wait, did I just taunt? No, I guess not. Can I bubble this off? I'm not sure what would happen if I did. Yeah, it just goes away. Okay. Should we attack these? I guess we should help, huh? Wow! Okay, we didn't need to help. What the fuck? They die in one global. Oh, it's probably a little bit too. I didn't need to run that far, especially since I'm literally not going to do damage for like 10 seconds. And it's on me again. Sweet. Okay, being red sucks at times.
Run away, little girl. Run away.
Is that seriously on me again? Holy shit. I've gotten it like 5 times this dungeon.
Run away, little girl. Run away.
Okay, good enough. Anyway, what's up? Because he's not leader, Metro. Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, I've seen that. People actually trying to claim you pulled the boss by fighting way back there. Yeah, that's funny, right? People are like, you should look at your own positioning, lol. It's like, for what? What are you talking about? This is where you're supposed to fight the shit.
Run away, little girl.
Oh, $5. Thanks, man. Much appreciated. We almost went for the perfect the 0 donation stream. We're getting to the end of it. Doesn't happen as often as it used to, so that's nice.
Run away, little girl. Run away.
My dad.
My dad. Thanks a lot, Brandon. I appreciate that, man. People slacking on the cash? Yeah, for real. For fuck's sake, people. Alright, we got oh boy, we're gonna do real big things here. We're gonna pull real big threat here. gonna still have threat even after bubble. Gonna do real big heals here. Look at that fucking HPS. Holy shit. 20k HPS with one fucking Word of Glory. Sign me up, man. I'm ready to rock this spec. If you're not the leader, the timer doesn't seem to go through a Mythic Plus, at least with Bigwigs. No, it does for me. It does with the... What's it called? DBM. It just types it in chat instead. That's a big Paladin? Yeah, dude, that's what she said. Anyway, red topping DPS plus healing. Oh yeah, look at that. Top HPS, top DPS. That's funny. Anyway, what else? I know there are issues with BFA as usual, but watching and playing all the different dungeons all over again, I just feel like Blizzard did a great job. Hope people get more positive in the future. Oh, we're not going back. Yeah, I definitely don't think there's many problems with BFA nowadays, honestly. The beginning was a little rough, but since 8.1, basically all my problems are solved with the expansion. So. I don't know. I guess people are right. I shouldn't be using Word of Glory on 2 targets. It's just like too fun not to do it. I keep saying Word of Glory. I don't know why I always say the wrong things with this spec. I'm talking about Divine Storm, obviously, but I'm not saying it for some reason.
Rise, fallen one.
I guess it doesn't really matter. We can just fight all of this shit. It's like fine. Like not a problem at all. Wow, DPS from the warrior is high, huh? Just look down at the chart, he's top. It's crazy. Do you think Operation Mechagon will be the last dungeon we get? Maybe. I haven't really thought about it. Prot Warriors OP? Yeah, their damage is ridiculous. If it is, I'd be really surprised, you think? I wouldn't be surprised at all. How many new dungeons did Legion get? 3 total, but Karazhan was broken into 2, so... It's just... Oh, no. Oh, no, 4. Yeah, 4 with Karazhan being broken into 2, but... We're definitely not getting 4, that's for sure. Thunderclap and Revenge spam? Yeah, that's, I've heard that's successful. I heard you can be successful with that. Did more damage than I expected. I took that line on purpose so I can get the shield to break, and it almost ended up killing me.
Thousands of years ago,
Thunderclap Revenge Victory Rush over and over again. Nice. They're nerfing it in 8.2, but in a weird way though. The Thunderclap thing, yeah, it's basically not going to be a nerf unless that essence doesn't end up going in the game the way it is. 45 seconds? What about 45 seconds?
It will have no problem disposing of you.
I don't know what the fuck we're doing here. I mean, nobody's even anywhere close to that thing. No, he does not have it. He died. Oh, wow. Last 20 seconds, 1.5 minutes CD. Something like that. It's up every, yeah, but you got to remember that its duration or its CD is basically like heavily reduced because of a talent that should not even be in the game, or that should not work that way. I don't mind it being in the game, but there's no reason that it should do what it does. Anyway, the Azroid trait max out. Yeah, basically it's gonna be. Oh, you're talking about the actual trait? I thought you were talking about the essence. Well, yeah, both of those things together is gonna be ridiculous, obviously. They always take that talent, though. Yes, of course. Why did that guy not pull this?
Rise, fallen one.
You can just freedom off that debuff since it's a slow. Any slow that is attached to a debuff will dispel the debuff as well, even if the debuff does extra stuff. Be nice if I'm ever out of range, popping Avatar and getting Ignore Pain back. Yeah, that's the nice part, but I guess the mastery is even stronger, right? Anyway, the nerf on Warrior for Thunderclap feels like the mana nerfs on PvP healers. Oh yeah. Why is that? It's okay, but that's not the problem. Oh, I see. What is the actual nerf? I don't know. Look into it. I can't remember. Can't remember exactly what it is, but basically just nerfing the damage it does inside of the talent, which is like, again, really small amount of the problem. So instead of doing 20k overall in dungeon, they will do 18 to 19k. People are making a bigger deal of that nerf. Right, it's very little. It's a very small nerf. And like I said, on top of that essence, if that essence actually goes in the game the way it is on the PTR, then they will be twice as strong as they are now, no matter what they nerf. It's not a lot, it cannot go in the game. We good or what? What? I just don't know. How do I pull threat on the pull? Are you fucking serious, man? I don't understand how tanks don't taunt on the pull. Jesus Christ, man. Anyway, yeah, you basically have Avatar up 100% of the dungeon. I want to stay OP. Yeah, that's not good for the game, man, so hopefully you'll understand why that's not a good idea.
Run away, this must be purged.
The moment I see a boss lost threat, I taunt in a dungeon. It's just like, you can't lose threat on the pull. You just open with taunt. And then you will have threat for at least 30 seconds. Unless you go AFK or something. Like, the amount of extra threat you do when taunt is up and all of your shit on the pull will mean that you will up threat every damage dealer by like 10 times. So to lose threat on the pull is just absolutely ridiculous. It's like the biggest fucking noob mistake that you can make as a tank. It's one thing if a pack you lose it. Yeah, I mean if it's AoE, it's totally understandable because you can't taunt everything. But to lose threat on the pull of a boss is just very, very stupid. Taunt and Thunderclap should make it. Yeah, well, either way, it doesn't matter what abilities you use. As long as you taunt, you will not lose threat for like a good 30 seconds. As long as you do 8 seconds of damage inside the taunt, then you will not lose threat.
Run away, this must be purged.
But whatever. It's that kind of day here today. It's weird because me and Absinthe both did the same amount of DPS, but I'm the only one who pulled threat. It's weird. I guess because, is that melee thing really no battle res? Don't have one up. A minute we battle res somebody on trash, and then we had to battle res the tank on trash earlier in the dungeon. So we used both our battle reses on trash, despite it being a boss week, like a hardcore boss week. But anyway, what am I saying? Don't know. I use every threat generating CD when, wow, we're gonna wipe here. The healer just died. How? The AFK.
Prepare the body.
Wrong one. No, we're definitely gonna wipe. Gotta interrupt that. Nope, he knocked it back. Interrupt it. Nah, it's GG. Anyway, I don't like this part of the movie. Which movie? Lower keys than what you're running, though. That's crazy. Can't believe we just wiped there. I think that's honestly the first time I've ever wiped that boss. On any difficulty. Now we have to clear all this shit. Man. What? Oh, we're gonna just invis-pot again.
Run away, little girl. Run away.
What the hell? Just used the wrong ability, I guess. I don't know.
Beware. Beware.
Could you get threat off me, please? Thank you. Nope, we can die to that. Alright, great.
Beware.
Anyway, I saw your Motherlode Mythic Plus wiping on first and second boss for the first time. Yeah, that was the weird one. That's another first one. First boss wiping is like crazy in there. Gesundheit, thanks, man. Let's see. If you want to feel better, I just wiped to into 6 because the rogue was doing 3k DPS and opened 2 of the wrong tombs. No, I don't want to feel better about stupid stuff like that. And that's such a shame. We were like looking like this was going to be an easy upgrade before that happened. I don't know how it happens. I don't know if that's how you spell that. I imagine that's not how you spell it. It's like a German word, right? So there's no way 2 O's are in a German word back to back, right?
Your body is where the infection. Run away, little girl. This must be purged. Prepare the body. Prevent infection. Remove the brain.
Gesund, is that how it's spelled? Interesting.
Run away, little girl. This must be purged.
Gesundheit is hilarious, though. Yeah, that's much funnier spelling for sure.
Run away, little girl. This must be purged.
What else? Maybe grid? What's grid?
Run away, little girl. This must be purged.
Not me again. This is nature damage, right? So I can't pop.
Prepare the body.
I wasn't the one asking, but thanks. Who was asking? I don't know. Oh, what's that add-on that shows the health bars? This is voodoo. Tell me again. Oh.
This must be purged.
No, the enemy health bars? Oh, that's Plater. Plater. I don't know why I always spell it. Like if I say it weird that you can't possibly understand what I'm saying.
It's under Gahun's power.
Yeah, Plater, yeah. So. Based off Gesundheit, you might need to spell stuff for these guys. That's a good point, actually, yeah. Shots fired hard? Oh, yeah. Well, you can't really fire a shot not hard, right? Like that. That wouldn't happen. A lady at my job pronounces gigantic. Oh, that person's got something wrong with her. She ignorant as hell, though. Ignorant. The boss from Oldir? Old War? I'm gonna die to that. What the fuck? Let that get off. I guess I'm so used to Blood Decay, I didn't even know that mechanic happened. In 16 months, can you down Sethune in Classic? Are you asking me if I'll be rating Classic? If so, probably not. I don't know what you mean by 16 months, though. Uh-oh. That's gonna be tough with this slow mob here. Another death. Anyway, biggest question is which one out of 150 gig players will get the AQ mount when opening the raid? Yeah. Like within 16 months, can anyone get it down? Yeah, I don't understand the question. I don't know when Sethune is even going to be out, so I don't know the answer to that. But anyway, it doesn't really matter. Raids are gonna be extremely easy in Classic. If you're not aware, there's people speed clearing Nax in an hour and 25 minutes. I think is the record that they claim is the world record. So Classic just isn't appealing. I see. Biggest question is which one out of 150 gig player? Okay, we read that already. Live is so yeah, that's the thing. BFA is just so much better than Classic that I'm not sure I'm gonna have time for Classic. But Classic's different enough that I could see myself enjoying it. I just don't know how long I'll be able to play it. I know I'll be able to have fun getting a character to 60 and doing some basic gearing at max level, but I fear that that might be the end of it. Like, I don't know if I would play after that. I think back to like how often I played Classic a couple years ago, and most of it was just because I wasn't enjoying Legion at all at that point. Whereas it's the complete opposite with BFA. I'm playing it like 40 plus hours a week. What are your thoughts on Red Pally compared to Unholy Death Knight? I have an entire tier list on the topic, so check it out if you want to hear my detailed opinions on every option for all the different roles. Yeah, and the AQ40 release is one of the biggest problem because resources needed are known, always known, and that's one of the biggest changes / no changes debate. I see. The lower level content seems more fun to me. I want to do old school SFK. Yeah, that's another problem. Like, some of the coolest stuff in the game is stuff that you can't do at max level, or you can, but you're just gonna one shot everything, or you're not one shot it, but you know it's gonna be very, very, very easy to solo it. So. BFA is so much better than Classic, it's on the record. Oh, it definitely is. Like, there's no doubt in my mind whatsoever that that is the case. Classic is pretty good, but BFA is just 10 times better. Like, everything that's good about Classic, BFA has going for it too, pretty much. People keep claiming vanilla is easy based on private servers. Things might change with actual release dates. Nah, I don't think so. I mean, if they completely retune the game, then yes, you'd be right. Things might change, but nothing's gonna change. Now that they've confirmed that they're not gonna be changing gear throughout the expansion, then it's definitely gonna be the first 2 raids are gonna be a joke again. Like, they're gonna be cleared in one night, and yeah, then, you know, whatever's left after that, I guess maybe Nax and you know, Seathun and some shit will be somewhat difficult for people, but people, like I said, people are speed clearing Nax in an hour and a half, so if that's the case, then I don't know. Maybe the private servers, like at worst, it's what, like half as hard as it should be, you know what I mean? It's not like the private server version of Nax is like 500% easier than the official server is gonna have, right? But people are still gonna speed clear it in like 3 hours, you know? I don't see how they could. Like, raiding is only hard because you wipe, that's it. The amount of time you spend in a dungeon or in a raid is based on how often you wipe, so people only wipe when they don't know encounters most of the time. There's very few times where it's like you can't make a DPS check. It could happen in Classic more than it might in Live, but it's very unlikely that that's the case. Anyway, I don't think you can really compare the two, Classic and BFA. They're pretty much a different game at this point. People say that, and I would say that they are very, very different, but you can definitely compare the two. Like, just compare what you do in the two, and that's enough. And the things I do in BFA either don't exist in Classic or are very, very poorly designed in Classic comparatively. Like PvE, endgame PvE. And frankly, even leveling, as I'm actually having a lot of fun with the naked leveling challenge on Live. So as much as I know I'll enjoy the classes and some of the content in Classic, it's most of the appeal is just, yeah, like I said, it's just a weaker version of BFA at this point. It wasn't a weaker version of Legion, that's the thing. I hated the first iteration of Mythic Plus dungeons, and leveling obviously was much, much better than early Legion leveling. So yeah, I always use Fallen Crusader. Yeah, it's just better. You remember how many dungeons it took you to get the item needed for the alchemies? No, there's only 2 dungeons. There's like 2 bosses, and then it's 100% drop chance. So you just do the 4 dungeons that drop it, and that's it. Only 2 of them actually drop from bosses as well, so you can easily solo the other 2, even if you're under geared. Just go into normal and solo the trash. There goes my bop, so make that again.
Rise, fallen one.
We've used all of our battle reses on trash. That's crazy. This tank is garbage. Yeah, definitely. This guy's real bad. I've heard stories about the enchanting one. None of them were good. What do you mean stories? One of each clear of each dungeon for the alchemy item? Yeah, definitely. Oh, the alchemy one, or the enchanting one was like really complicated or something, right? Miserable grind is the Warlock Epic Mount quest line. Yeah. If it's a miserable grind, then don't do it. Like, I don't know. I never understood people who say shit like that. It's like, if you don't enjoy what you're doing, then don't do it.
Beware.
Those quests and those types of flavors should be fun for people. If they're not, then you're probably not going to enjoy Classic, honestly. It's like stuff like that is what really sets Classic apart from Live WoW. There's so much more like individual class fantasy, and like the storylines and the quest lines more so are so much more potent. Like they require a lot more time. Let's put it that way. You don't just teleport everywhere, and you don't fucking fly to places and then fly away. Like, that's the best thing about Classic, is the world and travel and stuff like that, and your character's place in the world. Whereas in WoW, or in Live WoW, it's like the complete opposite. You basically spend no valuable time in the world at all, and every time, like, it seems like everybody wants just like instant teleportation instead of actual like proper travel.
You all as worthless in death as you was in life. I'm gonna hate. Here comes the pain. Blood and bone.
Beware.
That was probably a little too soon to taunt. Somebody else taunted. Too many people taunted. We don't need all these taunts. Anyway, they should do a week that's tyrannical, fortified, and infested. I don't know about that. That would be weird, but it'd be interesting, I guess. See infested again at some point. Well, Metro, it was either that you pay 1,000 gold, which was kind of hard to come by in early Classic. Gold has value in Classic. How is this guy dead? Oh my god, this guy's the worst. I mean, we can't survive this, right? Yeah. Oh, this guy's fucking garbage, man. It's crazy. Anyway, I thought Warrior was supposed to be like unkillable. Huh? As a new player, the only reason I'm enjoying BFA is the multi-queuing system, like LFG, PvP, Mythic Plus, and raids. Don't feel like a RPG though. Gotcha. Yeah, I don't think it really is meant to be an RPG anymore, honestly. It's more like an action game nowadays. Do know level 4 and 7 affixes, but every 10 affix. See, yeah, that was something that we talked about before. Man, what the fuck is he doing? I don't know. Just complete retard. I had to stick to my rule with no Ragnaros, but the guy's 421 item level and he's like 1600 score, but he has no idea what he's doing here somehow. I don't know. Is Fallen Crusader always taken over Stone Skin Gargoyle? Yes. You can't even get 5 people to be at the stone to summon for Mythic Plus. Have fun putting groups together in Classic. That's a good point, actually. Group building in Classic really blows because people leave all the time. Or people go AFK and you don't know if they're coming back, so you're just sitting there 20 minutes while you're waiting for them. It's a real pain. He's 421. What is he using his abilities on? I don't know. Probably doesn't have Ignore Pain on his bar. To be honest, he's using it like very... I mean, the fact that I did more healing than he did, that was the one thing that when we were running with Sam, he was like doing as much healing as my shaman was. So I don't know how that's possible, but yeah. to run all the way back. What's his ignore pain uptime? I don't know how to check that right now. I guess I can just look at it here, right? %30 on that boss, so that's, I don't know, is that normal? Can't, dude. Well, now I can finally bop whoever gets this ability. It's on who? Can't tell. Druid.
Beware.
It's so annoying that you have to keep running out and running back in. That one I cannot assist with. Ian has a Kostas need to be replaced now. He's probably the best thing that ever happened in the game, honestly.
Beware.
Somebody is losing a head.
Beware.
I mean, it's not in any way an issue. It's the reason that the game is moving in the right direction after like 5 years of moving in the wrong direction. There's people who wanted another Legion, got another Legion, and were mad about it. Yeah, right.
You all as worthless in death as you was in life. I'm gonna hate. Here comes the pain. Blood and bone.
Beware.
Somebody is losing a head. Here comes the pain.
What was the mythic score of the tank? He is 1675, so it's kind of crazy. 1675, and he's 4 of 9 mythic, and he doesn't know how to use class abilities that are pretty basic, I feel like. How can you be so much more positive than the rest of the community? Or are they all just too hateful? Yeah, they're all just casuals and not realistic about what's wrong with the game. And there's some things that are wrong with the game, but it has nothing to do with any individual, that's for sure. Honestly, I think the biggest problem with the game is the negativity from the community. If everybody would just shut the fuck up or unsubscribe and stop talking about the game would be so much better off. Like, most of the problems are just perceived problems that aren't actually factual problems, but they're things that people think they're, like, problematic. I mean, in reality, it's like shit that's like just not the truth of the game systems. Like how Titan forging invalidates gear, it's like not actually true, you know what I mean? Like, if you look at the stats and the facts about people, it's like very, very, very few people who don't actually do competitive content get gear that's better than competitive content. Very, very, very few. You know what I mean? So like, those types of problems are not actually real. They don't exist. They just, people think they do. So people are like, oh, why don't you fix this shit? It's like, because it's not something that actually can be fixed. It's your mind that's convincing you that it's a problem. I don't know. Anyway, let's just actually kill this and then we'll read the comments.
The elements answer my call. There is no antidote for this poison.
Oh yeah, Ian's exactly what we needed in a game director or whatever, like somebody who's in charge of the game. We needed somebody like him for a very long time, somebody who's actually played the game at the highest level and has been a serious part of the community for a very long time. That's what we've needed. You know, Ghost Crawler was probably the second best, but frankly, the other guys who've been, you know, in the highest positions, they don't really play the game very seriously, and they don't really understand why that's important for designing the game. So it's definitely better that somebody who was the GM of one of the most famous guilds and most progressive guilds in the early, first like 4 years of the game, are now at the helm of it. For sure. I mean, you literally can't hit those tokens. Okay, we're not killing the earthworm. We have to kill that or purge it or something. Warforge is fine. I think Titan Forging should be gone. Yeah, I definitely disagree. I need devs who call out idiots on the forums. Yeah. Oh yeah, we can get both. Do this here. Alright, anyway, why do people hate my boy Ian? He made the best raids in the game. The game director actively reads the forums, hosts Q&As, tries to save every player. Yeah, he's definitely the best person who's ever been in charge of the game. I didn't play Legion, but apparently people complaining say it's a more dull version. Devs aren't the problem, people just get bored. Yeah, it's actually like a great thing that the game's very similar to Legion, because my biggest problem with expansions is always that they like completely try to reinvent the wheel every 2 years basically, and there's no reason to do that. Game's fine as it is, you know.
There was no escaping Gahul.
I wonder what Ghostcrawler's doing right now. He's the head developer or something like that of League of Legends. What we missed. The only complaint I have with the current state is that everyone has a hard-on for rogues and warriors and resto druids. That's not a problem with the game. It's just a problem with the community yet again. I feel like you shouldn't be able to get Mythic eye level gear from Heroic. Should just be Warforged. Gotcha. Yeah, I don't mind that at all. The thing is, it's the same chance to get 15 item levels higher in Mythic too, you know? So, don't have any problems with that. I love it for 5-mans though. If Titan Forging didn't exist, I don't know how much I'd play WoW anymore, because the opportunity to get like a sick piece from a 5-man is really fun. So that Mythic can't be 15 higher? Well, still, it's the same deal, regardless of what the item level is. It has the same chance, you know? Are we just gonna let that walk into us, or what? Alright, oh,
Hunting season has begun! None can withstand my blade! Time to bleed! Come, I will shred your flesh! Time to bleed!
Oh, I thought that would just get rid of me, but it doesn't work. Doesn't work like that, I guess.
None can withstand my blade! Even death cannot break the bond between us, my pets.
Now this is a physical cure, right? But we don't have it, obviously.
Beware.
We could have bobbed if we had it, but we don't.
I will shred your flesh!
Beware.
Time to bleed! None can withstand my blade!
Oh, I see. It targets a person. I didn't even realize that. I don't know how I've done this fight this many times and I don't know that that targets a person.
Beware.
You have earned the honor of dying, but I will shred your flesh! Time to bleed! None can withstand my blade!
finish this, and we can talk about all the stuff that you guys are talking about right now.
Time to bleed. None can withstand my blade. You have broken Zeus' hold. I serve them.
Alright, that's that. Alright, so anyway, we missed a lot of comments here, it looks like. Can't do that while in combat. I disagree. Anyway, alright, we missed a lot of comments, so I'm gonna have to scroll back up on the actual thing.
Until all the world is in the blood god's grip. For the sake of Zandalar, and for your kingdoms as well, you must stop him.
The guy who did the 8.2 update video was awesome. On a lighter note, yeah, that's Jeremy Fiesel. He's a good guy. He's been around for a long time. Titan Forge equals Primal Ancient in Diablo 3. Nice. Let's see. I don't know what Ghostcrawler's doing. Read that. Okay. Okay. How can it be that BFA is so much worse than Legion? It's not worse than Legion. It's better than Legion, if you ask me. I did not enjoy much of Legion. The end of Legion was the last year of Legion was outstanding, but the first year was the first time I ever considered breaking up the guild and unsubscribing. Anyway, I just feel like you shouldn't be able to get Mythic Island level gear from Heroic. Should just be Warforged. We read that. Yep, I was playing Resto Druid from the start of BFA, and we went from garbage to gods overnight. The buff isn't even that significant. Huh. Resto Druid's been top tier the whole time. It was just Dispriest was better before. Anyway, Mythic is only 10 higher, right? Communities just like metas. Oh, we got the weapon, but I don't think we'll use it. Anyway, if someone's scope of content is Heroic, the chance of them getting Titan Forged out in 425 is so absurdly low. But if they did get open, perhaps it would inspire them to try higher content. And what is wrong with that? Yeah, I love Titan Forging. Like, I think it's perfect. My biggest problems with the game in WoD and before were that there was basically nothing to do outside of raids to progress my character. And now with all these new systems, this is basically what's keeping me in love with the game. Anyway, let's see. You can also take the problem the other way, like to upgrade certain items you have to Titan Forge with the socket, and that's kind of like waiting for Santa in July. No, you don't need to do that. That's just a nice thing if it does happen. It doesn't need to happen. You can be 420 right now and never have stepped foot in a Mythic raid. Yep, that's be extremely, extremely, extremely lucky though. That's what I'm saying. Nobody's done that, you know. Well, it's possible with Mythic Plus, but again, you know, show me a guy who's not done that. I don't know. But right now, if you aren't raiding Mythic, you were never going to regardless. That's also true. Let's see. Nor having any place in being in a Mythic raid. Furthermore, just because you are a Mythic Raider doesn't mean you're good at other types of content. I don't know what that has to do with Titan Forging. Anyway, Cut of Death is awesome. I have it on my rat. Yeah, but I don't think it's worth 10 item levels. I'm mainly talking Resto Druid for PvP, and yeah, we were outclassed by Priests. Gotcha. Yeah, Priests were top tier, and then they just got nerfed to the ground, so that's why the shift happened there. But anyway, I guess that's it for today. We didn't have much success on the Rep Pally. We didn't really get to learn anything that we wanted to learn, but that's still, we had fun. I enjoyed it. I played a spec that I enjoyed, so that's always fun. But we'll be back tomorrow then, I guess, with more Death Knight, and hopefully, well, I think we have 18 under route, right? Let me log on before I do anything. I'm gonna log on quick and make sure, but by Metro, have a good one. Sweet, yeah. So anybody else have anything they want to say real quick, then now would be the time. But I gotta learn what not to do that run with under route. Under route's gonna be pretty easy as long as we have good damage dealers. We're gonna crush that place. It's just obviously the bosses are gonna be tough.
Hell,
make sure it's 18.
These little ones have taken our scrolls and turned themselves into beasts.
Yeah, 18 under route. So that'll be tomorrow. So hopefully we'll probably warm up with 1 key and then we'll do 18 under route and hopefully get a 19 out of that and then have a chance. But yeah, if anybody's around and wants to do that tomorrow, let me know. From the warrior we ran with, learn what not to do. Yeah. Nice seeing you, buddy. Mr. McKee, thanks, man. See you, dude. Take care. Dan, have a good one. We'll see you guys tomorrow. All right. Thanks for watching. I might do the naked leveling challenge tonight. Barry. Oh, thanks a lot, man. Very generous. I might do the naked leveling challenge tonight. I haven't decided. We're gonna see what happens. I'm kind of just not feeling it tonight, but I do want to keep going. I don't want to just not do it because it's never gonna get done if I don't do it on Fridays and Saturdays. But we'll see. Just keep your ear to the ground. If I'm live on Twitch, you could hang out there as well. But we'll see. I might not do it. So either way, I'll be back streaming tomorrow, one way or the other. So thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Thanks a lot, Barry. See you guys tomorrow.